Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod, and happy sat stacking Saturdays, where we stacking sats like there's no tomorrow. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis as we're maintaining in the green, which we love to see, as well as breaking news. Cathie Wood of ARK Invest says our base case for the biddy is in the $600,000 range, and our bull case, $1.5 million by 2030. Obviously super bullish here. And quoting Alex Jones, Max Kaiser says timing of Trump and Elon Musk is divine intervention. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin should be treated as a commodity like gold, according to the billionaire Cantor CEO Howard Lutnick. We'll also be discussing Binance founder CZ finally walks free from U.S. prison. Free CZ, it's that time, right in time for the bull. We'll also be discussing, is Bitcoin really on track for a 100-day rally? I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be discussing a price forecast for Q4, sending the biddy to 120,000 per coin. And speaking of bullish price predictions, we'll also be discussing historical trends pointing towards Bitcoin smashing $400,000 within this shocking timeline. All this plus so much more in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam, and happy Sastak and Saturday. Please smash the likes. Make sure to subscribe to the pod over on the tube, cryptonewsalerts.net, and make sure to repost this stream over on X. It's always greatly appreciated, and as you guys know, it helps out a lot with the algorithm. I'm going to go ahead and pin it right now, live and in the flesh. You're going to notice it pinned at the very top of the profile, and anyone who comments or quotes is going to get shouted out, reposted back, and follow back. And welcome everyone in the chat here. We got the one and only Chandy10 Music. We got Judson, Crypto Surge. We rep in New York today, broski. Shout out DNA Noonan, Chris Klein, Phone, Stan Channel, and the rest of the crew. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day. Maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Much appreciate all the love. Happy Sastak and Saturday. Shout out to the Phone Stand channel. Appreciate your support in the super there. Much respect. Shout out DNA Noonan, Diana Jones. We appreciate the reposts. Again, anyone who reposts the stream, you'll notice it pinned at the top of the X profile. It helps get us thousands of live viewers per show. That's why I repeat it so many times like a parrot, if you haven't figured that out. But appreciate y'all being here. Nice jersey, JV. The Knicks just got #1 pick. Yeah, I heard New York's probably going to win. They get #1 pick. They already have a bomb-ass team, so shout out New York. Let's go Knicks. I remember the Knicks when I was a youngin' back in the day when they had like Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing, John Starks, like the good old days, yo. So yeah, shout out to the Knicks and appreciate the jersey broski. Shout out Diana. Good to have you here. The one and only Chandy10 Music in the building. Happy Sastak and Saturday. A beautiful time to be stacking the stats. This is the calm before the storm, before entering October, just a few days out. You already know Q4 is going to be very lit. Shout out Pam Powers. Again, anyone who reposts with a comment or a quote is getting shouted out. So Pam Powers wrote best afternoon crypto show. Respect, Pam. I appreciate it. Shout out Adam Taylor. Greatly appreciate you, broski, who put Bitcoin news is on. You damn right. Shout out to the one and only Chandy10 Music, #1 Bitcoin music channel, hands down. Subscribe to her over at Chandy10 Music. She wrote the best in the daily Bitcoin news is live. Thank you, Chandy. Greatly appreciate y'all's support. Again, DNA, Diana, the rest of the fam, and anyone in advance who decides to repost the stream. Let's go. Bitcoin's currently maintaining in the green. We're at 65.7. Yesterday, we tapped a new local high of roughly 66.4, depending upon the exchange. But nonetheless, Bitcoin's about to break out. We're not too far from the all-time high. Price discovery mode was achieved mid-March, right before the halving, literally 1 month before the halving. We hit the current all-time high, and I think we're going to break through in October, but you let me know your thoughts. And again, welcome anyone joining the stream. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. This is a live stream, so you're welcome from all over. But if you want to interact in the chat that you see on the screen, that's exclusive from the YouTube stream feed that you see on your screen in the chat. And that could be found at cryptonewsalerts.net. If you don't know, now you know. You feel me? But yeah, we're heading to 70,000.
Bitcoin is no maybe, baby. Bitcoin is no maybe, baby. 70 G's
to the moon, lunar landing. Thank you, Short Coin. Bitcoin, let's go. Just reposted you as well.
To the moon, lunar landing. See you there soon. They ain't like us. We got thrust. 70 G's. 2024. Let the Bitcoin rain pour.
Let's go. Welcome again, everyone just joining us. A lot to share here. A beautiful sat stack and Saturday. Beautiful clear skies. It was just raining cats and dogs minutes ago. That's Puerto Rico. Let me know where you guys are tuned in from. This is Live and in the Flesh, as you know, and this is a live and interactive show. They not like us. Precisely. JV mess 'em up. Love that one. Nice, Chris. It's a good jam. Shout out Chandy. She produced the theme song we play every day. She produced 60 Gs. She produced 70 Gs. She produced 69 Gs. All of them. So we got to give respect where respect is due. Y'all know this one.
We've been climbing, aim for $1 million climaxing. Never stopping, Bitcoin is rising. We already hit.
You already know. Strawberry Full Moon is next on the playlist, I believe. I got you. That one's got to be on here somewhere. We haven't played that one in a long time.
Strawberry destiny, under the moon by fire. Strawberry full moon, take me, light it up, fire it up, a fire under a full moon. It's a strawberry
We got all the classics, so shout out Chandy. We appreciate all the exclusive music for the channel. Yeah, boy. Let's continue, fam. For those just joining us, very important to smash the likes and subscribe. Half of you watching aren't subscribed, and I completely don't get it. It's free to do so. Why not subscribe? Then hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications, get notified each and every day when I go live. Today is pod episode 1771. I'm your host, JV. It's September 28, 2024. Happy Stacking Saturday. The calm before the storm. We're about to enter Q4 just a few days out. This is the last weekend, actually, of the month of September. So let's freaking go. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. We can see Bitcoin trading at roughly 66 Gs, baby. The big gainer on the day is actually XRP, up 6%, trading above 62 cents. It's ironic because 6 years ago, XRP was trading at 62 cents. It's been the most stable coin in the market. Ironic, and it's not a stable coin. Or is it? We don't know. We have Ether down 0.5%, trading under 2,700. We have Solana pulling back. Mixed bag, some in the green, some in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. Current crypto market cap sits at 2.31 trillion, and the crowd is going wild. And checking out the Bitcoin market cap, we're just shy of 1.3 trillion, which we tapped just yesterday. And we got roughly 51 billion worth of volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance at 56.2%, the Ether dominance at 14% even. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. And yes, you do have caffeinated, JV. Today I had some nice coffee at a nice little barista a little earlier. We got CKB leading the pack, up 7.5%, Pepe up 6%, and XRP up 6%. Below that, Doge, Flare, and Bonk. Now let me know which alts, if any, you're bullish on for the bull, and I'll be reading your comments. This is a live and interactive show, yo. And checking out the crypto bubbles on the daily. Looks like Hex, the big gainer, up 23%. I'd say maybe 80% of the market in the red, 20% in the green. And zooming out on the monthly, let's flip it. It's like 90% 95% of the market in the green. So finally, we're getting some liquidity back into the crypto sphere. And check it out, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. We're in greed again. Yesterday, we finally recaptured greed at a 61. Today is a 64. Last week, a 54. And last month, a 29 in fear. And check it out, the time chain calendar. We got 186,745 blocks till next halving, scheduled to take place April of 2028. Can't wait. And we're currently on block number 863,255. And the current exchange rate for $1, how many Satoshis will we get? Will the site update, or will it make me look like a fool? I'm going to refresh it. If I got to refresh, we got to refresh. What are we going to do? Let's see how many sats we can get today for $1. 1,530. Not too shabby. But before you know it, it's going to be less than 1,500, then less than 1,000, less than 500. Eventually, maybe a Satoshi will be, valued at $1. And at that time, Bitcoin will be valued at 100 million per coin, as one Bitcoin can be divided by 100 million Satoshis. So let that one sink in, family. And I looked up a little metric earlier. I was wondering how many addresses actually are whole coiners. And guess how many? Only about 1 million. And that doesn't necessarily mean there's 1 million people. It could be 100,000 people with 10 wallets each, for all we know. Just speculating here. But it's safe to say less than 1 million people can say, I'm a whole coiner. So kudos and shout out to all my Bitcoiners out there for holding it down. I know some of you are OGs and got involved as early as 2011, 2012, 2013, way before I got involved. So respect to all the OGs watching the show, holding it down. Shout out Steve. Good afternoon, all. YouTube is still not sending messages about the show. What are we going to do about it? Y'all must have somehow have 5th level G knowledge that I have a traumatic night last night because you're being so nice and I feel better already. Well, I like to say that we try our best to be kind and nice to everyone out here, because you never know what someone is going through. But just note, you always have our full support. Chandy, especially with how much you contribute to the show each and every day. We love you. Appreciate you. So much respect. Keep the chin up. Salam family. Shout out Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, broski. Bitcoin to 150 G's to 370,000 in play. Then it will Jesus candle to 25 G's. He guarantees it. Now, this is Muhammad. Just note, no investment advice given on this stream. Everything you hear that I read coming through my lips is for entertainment purposes only. What do we call fiat? That's a good question. Did it get retracted already? Did you retract your own message, brother? Or did the algorithm mess you up on that one? Let me know. But yeah, shout out to the one and only JC, the Oracle. I don't see her here right now, but hopefully she is doing well. And shout out and prayers to everyone who has been devastated or affected by Helene. I see some serious flooding going on, which is wild, really wild to say the least. What do we call fiat on the tube? That's a good question. I'll let you answer it. It's the storm before the storm. Everywhere in some way. Yeah, we not like them. They not like us. Facts. And again, welcome everyone on the stream. Already 300 people here. So again, shout out anyone on X who reposted the stream. I'm going to be checking again. Marcus Roth. There is no second best. This crypto asset is called Bitcoin, right? Amen to that. And speaking of that, Mikey Saylor, take it away.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
CZ is free. Shout out top dog CZ, the richest man in crypto. I like CZ personally. I never looked at him as like a villain of crypto. I look at him as one of us. Unfortunately, we had fraudsters and flim-flam artists such as Kevin O'Leary pointing the finger at CZ to try to protect Scam Bankman-Fried, who got sentenced to 25 years in prison, but that's a story for another day. But anyways, yeah, where is Bitcoin now, asked Diana. At 65,800 ballpark. What is the let me refresh the Bitbo in case it's frozen. That can happen from time to time. So hopefully that updates here any second. Yep, we're good to go. So we're still sitting at 65,755. That's right. There is no second best. I see 67.7. I don't know which exchange you're looking at, but that don't sound right. 67, unless Bitbo is broken, but I doubt it. Let me confirm for you on Coin360. Nope. We're at 65.9 on Coin360. So I like to say this is accurate. Correct me if I'm wrong, but multiple sources showing the price action just under 66,000 right now. However, you never know. There could be a Korean exchange where the biddy is trading for, 67. So it all depends upon the exchange, as you know. Solana to 0, Cardano to 0, XRP to 0, Binance to 4,000. Somebody's invested into BNB. What about ICP? Asked Steve for Muhammad. But yeah, let us know your speculation on some of these predictions and alts that you're bullish on. It's always intriguing to hear. But let's continue, shall we, with the latest technical analysis. I'll even be pulling up the live charts. You know how we do. Astrology for the broskies every day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. Make some noise for that. And please pump the likes for the Nippinator. He's been feeling lonely lately, and he doesn't get enough likes, apparently. There's another dog influencer, and he's killing it. There's literally millions of subs, and Nipsey don't understand. Please help him understand, and just hit the like for Nipsey, and repost for Nipsey. But anyways, here's the headline here, family. 1 second. Bitcoin targets 70 Gs as the stablecoin inflows and China stimulus boosts rally. China, eh? According to the recent report from 10x Research, Bitcoin has broken out of its recent ongoing downtrend, and the crypto is now setting sights for 70 Gs, baby, which would take us just shy of price discovery. The report attributes the price surge to a combination of driving factors, including an influx of stablecoin liquidity and a general global recovery for the market. Quoting them here, our immediate attention is on Bitcoin's recent breakout above 65,000 with a target of 70 Gs in the next 2 weeks. Let's go. And expectations of new all-time highs by late October. And I agree. I also think we'll re-enter price discovery in October. Let me know if you agree. The change in tide also comes amid Changpeng Zhao, CZ, Binance founder and former CEO, being released from the United States federal prison on September 27th, and I'll be diving deeper into him as a free man later in the stream. Shout out CZ. Perfect timing. And according to the report, nearly $10 billion in stables were issued in the weeks following the Fed's July 31st FOMC meeting, which postponed a critical rate cut decision. The injection of this liquidity into the crypto market has had a significant impact, as stables are a fundamental asset traders and investors use to shift their positions to other cryptos like the biddy. Now, the total value of outstanding stables now exceeds $160 billion, with a large portion of these inflows linked to Circle's USD coin, which is becoming increasingly popular amongst institutional investors. You already know how I feel about Circle and USDC. Not a fan whatsoever. The one and only stablecoin I would recommend is Tether USDT. But anyways, now let's discuss the Chinese stimulus implications. The 10x Research report highlighted the impact that China's recently announced stimulus measures on the Bitcoin price trajectory and the country's role in the 2014 Bitcoin rally. Interesting. The $278 billion Chinese stimulus plan could ignite a parabolic rally in crypto prices fueled by increasing global liquidity. I wonder if that was a typo and they meant 2024. The report estimates that Chinese crypto brokers have seen over $40 billion in inflows in just the first half of the year. Not too shabby, with 55% of the volume coming from transactions over $1 million. And despite the rally of the market, Bitcoin volatility remains notably subdued, with a 30-day realized price volatility below the 5-year average at 41%, according to the report. Quoting them here, with lower volatility, institutional traders who adhere to strict risk management can take on bigger positions. The likelihood of a Q4 rally is exceptionally high, with gains likely front-loaded. And if the report is accurate in its predictions, the 70,000 Bitcoin mark could occur within 2 weeks, potentially propelling the Bitcoin price beyond that milestone. Price discovery, send it, and let's get it. Now for some bullishness from Cathie Wood before I pull up the live charts. We all love Cathie Wood of ARK Invest, don't we, broskies? She wrote, our base case for Bitcoin is in the 600,000 range. Not too shabby. Our bull case is 1.5 milli by 2030. I've even heard bullish projections of her talking about a 2.5 million bull scenario by 2030. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the one and only Cathie Wood. And quoting the one and only A. Jones, Max Kaiser, timing of Trump and Elon Musk is divine intervention. Let me know if you agree or disagree with A. Jones. And let's pull up some of the live charts, and then I'll be pulling up some of the comments before we go any further. You're looking at the 1 hour chart here, and let me change the scene to make it so fresh and so clean. There you go. So you can see this is via Coinbase, via TradingView, live and in the flesh. It shows Bitcoin at $65,768. We do have, looks like a rectangle formation. You can see a rectangular box and then a breakout preceding that. And we do have an orange target looking sexy, just shy of 67,000, which is the next likely upside target. And zooming out on the 4 hour. Let's check it out. The 4 hour chart shows you a bullish pennant formation. We also have a very bullish blue target sitting just above $81,300 with no downside targets. I like to see that. The markets are looking very bullish, especially entering Q4, where historically we rise in the 80% range. So I'm looking forward to it. Here's the 1 day chart. Live and in the flesh. We had a couple of green consecutive day candle closes, which is good. Prior to that was red, but prior to that, we had about 7, consecutive green candles. So things have been lit for the second half of September, which is a nice way to end out the month. Hopefully we can continue the bullish momentum and definitely get a monthly close above 65,000. I'd love to see that. But do note there is a bearish target in the pinkish sitting at 47.7 on the daily chart. And let's check out my favorite, which is the weekly, because of that bullish cup and handle target, which I believe will come to fruition sometime Q4, though there's no guarantee. This is just speculation. Let me know if you agree with that. It's sitting at 124,400 on the weekly. There's no bearish target for the weekly. And let's check out the monthly. And we're about to get a monthly close for September before entering October. And it looks like we may close in the green, which will be nice. We did have, earlier in the year, a lot of green months, but the past 6 months have been sideways trading action. But there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts on the price action. Where do you think we'll end most likely the month of September, heading into October? Holla at your boy. And again, welcome everyone on the stream. We're streaming live on X, Rumble, and the Tube. Appreciate y'all. Excuses are the crutches of the lazy. If you want to achieve greatness, stop making excuses and start taking action. Shout out Andrew Tate. I'm a fan. Shout out Judson. In fact, the reason I initially created a Rumble account was so I can continue to watch my homies, the Tates, because they got ultimately banned from every major social media platform a couple of years back. That's why I actually created a Rumble account specifically to watch them. And then when we got terminated by YouTube for no logical reason, just because it was an attack, we started streaming on Rumble. And here we are, streaming every single day now on Rumble alongside the Tube and X. You know what I mean? I'm going to check the X feed again. Just a reminder, anyone who reposts again, shout it out. Short Coin put sat stack and Saturday. We stacking them sats. Just reposted your short coin. Shout out Catherine Weaver. Always an honor. Appreciate all your support each and every day. You've been reposting my stream for years, so I never forget that. Thank you, Catherine Weaver. Shout out Silver Spike. Appreciate the repost. And again, Marcus Roth, Humdog. Your names are lit. Cookie Dog. All of you dogs. Even the Nippa Dog. The Nippinator Dog. And the Hot Dog. And the Low Dog. The Wiener Schnitzel. All the dogs. Appreciate y'all holding it down. You guys are awesome. So thank you. For real, for real. All right. Let's see what we got in the chat. Solana and Sue eat ETH? Do they eat it, eh? Shout out to the Nippinator in LA land, eh? Shout out LA representing. I heard Aiden Ross is banned from LA, according to goons of Kendrick Lamar. But Aiden said he ain't going to prevent him from going to LA. Where's the Oracle? She's not here today, at least not yet. So hopefully she's okay. I'm not sure. I did not get to speak to her today. Anyone looking at MSTU? What does that stand for again, Steve? Is that something to do with MicroStrategy? 95% Bitcoin, 5% crazy stuff. Pretty much. Pretty much. Always craziness out here. And I think things are going to continue to get more crazy. Where can I get that hat? I don't sell this hat, but if you want to support the stream by supporting us with our merch store, you can find other versions of Bitcoin hats at cryptonewsalerts.net. I think this one I randomly found because I like the brightness of the orange. I dig it. It's a really cool bright orange, but I don't even know where I got it from. I just found it randomly online and ordered it. Otherwise, I'd tell you. Shout out Eye of the Beholder. Just became a member of the HODL gang for 9 months. Respect, family. That shows your support and loyalty to the stream, and I appreciate all the members. He wrote Bitcoin about to hit the all-time high, then off to the races. I second that. And for those of you that want to also join and become a member of the HODL gang, you can do so for less than 10 cents a day. No brainer. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. It's leverage. Oh, yeah. So the one that just launched, we discussed that actually in yesterday's pod. The leverage MicroStrategy, like 1.5x leverage or 1.75x, something like that. Yeah, if anyone's invested in that, let us know. ETH to 15 Gs, says Muhammad. Well, if ETH goes to 15 Gs, which is virtually 5x plus where it's at, safe to say Bitcoin will do 6-7x. So send Bitcoin to $250,000 and let's make that 15,000 ETH happen, Captain. What does JV stand for? It's the initials of my name. Yep, it's the initials of my name. But I also go by the name JV, obviously, since I started the podcast. Max momentum of global liquidity, 2025. Be prepared for a right shift top off the bull run in 2026. I think the Oracle is chainsawing hurricane debris. Oh boy, that's always fun. Cleaning up the debris.
Fill me up, fill my cup. Kind of Bitcoin powered moon. Fill me up and raise it up. Pretty please. Strawberry on the flight to the moon. Come, I need you to come with me.
Biddy up, fam. It's that time. I'm going to check the X feed again before we continue here with the news. And again, welcome everyone joining us. We already got 600 people here. Greatly appreciate y'all live support each and every day. You guys are the bomb diggity. But yeah, let's continue with the news and dive into the latest headlines that intrigue me here today. Next story, we're going to be discussing Cantor Fitzgerald CEO, multi-billionaire, Howard Lutnick, I believe the name. Let's see here. Headline here reads, Bitcoin should be treated as a commodity like gold, according to Cantor Fitzgerald CEO. Howard Lutnick appears on Fox Business September 27th yesterday and urged regulators to classify Bitcoin as a commodity, similar to gold and oil. Have they not already done that? Am I missing something? In the mornings with the Maria interview, Lutnick stated that the status of Bitcoin as a commodity is well established and called for clearing regulation of the crypto space. Quoting the billionaire here, Bitcoin is a commodity. It should be treated like gold and like oil. It is just a commodity. Well, we all know that. Even the regulator chairman of the SEC has come out and said that. I don't think he said that against any other cryptos, only Bitcoin. Now, Maria asked Lutnick whether he believed commodities and other things that are traded on Cantor Fitzgerald's exchange would experience similar regulations in those equities. Lutnick said he believes commodities and equities will merge over a long period of time, over maybe 20 years, 2 decades. The CEO emphasized his concern over regulators' inability to grasp the importance of Bitcoin and the broader digital asset industry. Quoting him here, let's face it, they don't even know how to do crypto and digital at all, and they have no idea. They still don't understand how important it is to get it right. Or do they understand and they're enemies of Bitcoin? That's my question for you guys today, family. Now, Cantor Fitzgerald's $2 billion Bitcoin lending program. Let's discuss it. July 27 at the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville. How many of you were there alongside Chandy? Let us know. Lutnick announced the launch of a Bitcoin lending program offering leverage to those who own the Biddy. The financial services firm CEO said it would launch with $2 billion of lending through its Bitcoin financing business. In his closing statement at the conference, Lutnick said the firm would welcome Bitcoin into the financing family of the global financial market. Lutnick also co-led the Trump transition team, if you didn't know. In an August 16 statement from former President Trump's campaign team, said Lutnick would co-lead the Republican nominee's transition team if he wins the presidential election November 5th. And alongside World Wrestling Entertainment co-founder Linda McMahon, I guess McMahon, my bad, right? Like Vince McMahon, is that like the wife? Lutnick will oversee the organization of policies and staff management within the transition team. And we also have Alex Grieve, Paradigm's government affairs lead, stated in an August 16 post that Lutnick's inclusion in the team is huge for crypto because the Cantor Fitzgerald CEO is a big crypto bull. Shout out Cantor Fitzgerald, Howard Lutnick. I know I've seen pictures of them with Max and Bukele over in El Salvador. These are the big wigs. They got lots of capital family. So you already know, fully embracing the biddy, because those who don't embrace the biddy get left behind like Diddy. Ha ha. Anyways, the kingdom never loses power. Are we referring to the kingdom of Bhutan or the kingdom of the Bitcoin? The Bitcoin Citadel, Bitcoin country. No one is getting in the way of my biddies. I love it. Well said there, short coin. Well said.
Whoa, full moon
Biddy up.
Star Aquarius. I'm just so curious, just a little curious. Libra, wanna pump Bitcoin under the full moon with me. Imagine dragons, 2024 year of the dragon, thunder.
Before the lightning. Shout out Mexico Huddle. I appreciate it. My Mexico fam. Let's go. Appreciate that, brother. He put best Bitcoin channel. Respect. Thank you. Thank you.
Before the lightning, I'm thirsty. Are you feeling thunder? Are you feeling hunger? I'm craving being under the thunder. Let's pump the biddy.
Ready to pump the biddy? No diddy. Bhutan is the new kingdom. Oh, that is right. The kingdom of Bhutan, I think the fourth largest Bitcoin holder as far as governments around the world. Pretty phenomenal feat to accomplish. Diddy lost his Bitcoin in a lubing accident. Precisely. Subscribe to the #1 Bitcoin music channel. Thanks for the reminder, Streamlabs. You see Chandy's music channel right there on the stream. Make sure to support her. Username Chandy10 Music. Lots of videos on there, probably close to 50 videos. I love, I gotta be careful what I read out loud, Tennessee Eco Man. But I also love Chandy has brainwashed me. I keep waking up in the morning singing her songs. Blame it on Chandy. Blame it on Chandy.
Doing. Take danger, V. Do you have anything to say? Rap with me, baby.
Here's a chance for all my Bitcoin champs to do the Moonlight Bitcoin dance.
This is the chance for all my Bitcoin champs to do the moonlight Bitcoin dance.
I hit them up like Pac with the Bitcoin rants. My balls is hot, sitting in my big boy pants.
I hit them up like Pac with the Bitcoin rants. My balls is hot, sitting in my big boy pants. I trust the biddy like Biggie when he trusted Diddy. I trust the biddy like Eminem, how he trusted 50.
The Citadel isn't just a city.
This is Bitcoin Camelot, just as pretty.
Let's go. And that track, by the way, is called Bitcoin Strawberry Moon. You also find that on Chandy's channel. That was, I think, our very first collaboration or second. It was the early days. The early days. Iran and Russia own by far more Bitcoin than Bhutan. Then what I see there, the fourth largest holder, was that inaccurate? I saw that in like a headline. Tapeworm, we were referring to the Jamie Dimon. BlackRock's Bitcoin accumulation looks pretty impressive, but if BlackRock would have bought in 2023, it was 20,000. They would have 3 times as much Bitcoin. Well, thank God they didn't. Y'all had a great, phenomenal opportunity to front run, BlackRock and Wall Street here and all the institutions. Diddy still has his biddy. It's up his P.S. They found during his strip search in jail, no lube this time, just the snap of a glove. Oh boy. But anyways, fam, keep the comments flowing. Always appreciated. We got close to 700 people already on the stream. Let's continue with the news. CZ is finally let free. As you know, he served, I believe, 4 months in prison. And it was ironic because wasn't there like a photo of him like this with a 4 up? And lo and behold, he predicted his own sentence, but he's now a free man. So good for CZ. I think he is officially the richest / wealthiest person to ever serve a prison sentence. Pretty crazy, right? There's been a lot of wealthy criminals over the years, including Al Capone. So yeah, let's break this one down. This is interesting. Binance founder CZ walks free from the U.S. prison. Binance, or I'm sorry, as Miss Yellen would say, Binance, and former CEO Changpeng Zhao, CZ, walked free from U.S. federal prison yesterday, September 27th, after serving a 4-month stint for anti-money laundering, tax avoidance, Anyways, a spokesperson for the U.S. Bureau of Prisons shared CZ pled guilty November to federal charges for failure to implement proper AML controls at Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange in terms of daily trading volume, according to a November 21st statement from the U.S. Department of Justice. He also stepped down as the Binance CEO. And with a reported net worth of approximately $60 billion, yes, you heard that correct, $60 billion would it be? CZ is the wealthiest person to ever serve a prison sentence in the United States of America. And that's like, with Bitcoin only at, where are we at today? 65,000. Just imagine his net worth when Bitcoin's sitting at $1 million. He's going to be a trillionaire, this guy. God bless CZ. In April, CZ agreed to return to the U.S. from Dubai to serve his 4-month sentence. Hopefully, he did a lot of ups in prison. He spent the first 2 months in a minimum security prison in the Southern California before relocating to a halfway house in Long Beach. Long Beach representing, where he was allowed supervised daytime excursions. Don't sound too bad. What kind of excursions was he going on? According to the September 26th Fortune report, quoting them here, "We are delighted that CZ will be home with his family while he is not managing or operating Binance. We are excited to see what he does next. Since last year, Binance has continued to thrive under the leadership of our current team, surpassing 230 million users globally." Crazy, right? Now, CZ's 4-month sentence was a significant reduction from the 36-month in prison that the Department of Justice originally sought to reflect the seriousness of the offense. Maybe paying that $4.3 billion helped him get that sentence down, right? According to the official statement by the U.S. Department of Justice, CZ's guilty plea included not only AML violations, but also unlicensed money transmitting and sanctions violations. CZ knew his decision not to implement an effective AML program will result in Binance facilitating transactions between U.S. users and users in Iran and other sanctioned countries and regions in violation of the U.S. law. And during the hearing, April 30th, Seattle District Court Judge Richard Jones justified his decision on the 4-month sentence by stating there was no evidence that CZ had been informed of any illegal activities. Precisely. This is a bunch of bullshit, if you're to ask me. CZ agreed to pay $50 million fine as part of his case in the U.S. in November of last year, while Binance also paid a whopping $4.3 billion in penalties for breaking U.S. AML laws. However, CZ's personal fortune has not been affected by the case. Good for him. I'm rooting for him. The Binance founder continues to hold a majority stake in Binance, reportedly estimated to hold 90%. In the exchange. So there you go, yo. Are you happy CZ is free? Next, we got to get freaking Ross Ulbricht pardoned. It's about time. He's not going the Epstein route. What are we talking about there? Diddy, Canola Harris, and Monica Lewinsky 2024, says Muhammad. Unfortunately, the prices are going to keep on going up, so obtain it while on the low. The Chinese guy is the wealthiest person to ever serve a sentence in an American prison. That's a lot to unpack. And he's a Canadian, by the way, but yeah, his blood is Chinese, but he was actually born in Canada, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is crazy. Binance? Yeah, he is a Canadian. Precisely what I thought there, Tennessee. Binance! Miss Yellen, she's like constipated. Binance! Binance!
Cinderella, Chandela, Cinderella, take a date.
The moon comes up when the sun goes down. I wanna go.
Free Ross. Can I get a free Ross hashtag in the chat? Trump says he'll free Ross day one on the job and also fire Gensler. Let's hold him accountable to it. Where are we at? We got 720 people here. Nice. Not too shabby. Welcome, everyone just joining the stream. Happy Sat Stacking Saturday. JV live and in the flesh. We live on X. We live on Rumble. We live on YouTube. Still got a lot to share. We're going through the headlines with the top stories on the day. And then we'll be doing a lit Q&A segment. We'll also be discussing our feature story soon. A Bitcoin smashing 400,000. I'll be sharing the timeline according to a top analyst. Damn these Canadian interlopers. I haven't heard that term on this stream, but that's a good term right there. Interlopers. I like that, Adam. Exactly. These interlopers. Trump/Biden 2028. What? F Mark Cuban. I'm with you on that, Serge. I am not a fan of Mark Cuban. Mr. Jones, let me rephrase that. Mr. Jones made a tweet the other day, and they're like, because it was Cuban praising Kamala for doing a fantastic job at the border. So Alex is like, what do they have on this man? Like, obviously referring to Cuban, and now Cuban's like pushing to become chairman of the SEC. No, thank you. Please don't vote for Mark for anything. I don't even think people get to vote. I don't know how all that works, but nonetheless, I don't trust Mark Cuban as far as I can throw him. Never have. Never will. JV, Binance. Yeah, Janet Yellen constipated. Binance! I got a Binance in my pants. Oh my God. Binance.
Down and get down while the load pull. Gets my up, bitties up. Full moon.
Deport Mark Cuban back to Cuba. Exactly what I'm saying, Zawix. The most logical thing I've read all day. I meant Trump for president, Biden for VP. Biden? Is he even still really alive is my question. GSTA, what up, Clay Bomb? Yellen is like 700 years old. How is she still in power? Good point, Anonymous. Oh, you're undershooting it. I thought she was like 900. Interesting. Shout out OG Backroad Crypto Bootleg, Canadian fam in the building. Welcome to the Canadian fam to the stream. But anyways, let's continue. Keep the comments flowing. I appreciate it. You guys keep me entertained, and I keep you entertained. So it's like, you know what I mean? Mutual here. Let's discuss a 100-day rally, followed by 120,000 target, followed by a 400,000 prediction, which is our future story. Then we'll dive into some live Q&A. So yeah, this headline reads, is Bitcoin on track for a 100-day rally? Let's break her down. Crypto quant analyst Axel Adel shared insightful data suggesting Bitcoin's current momentum is more than just a temporary boost. According to the analyst, key on-chain metrics point to a strong accumulation phase, which historically precedes significant price appreciation. You got to keep appreciated. With this renewed bullish sentiment, the market is closely watching how Bitcoin performs in the coming days. If the price can sustain its upward trajectory and break through key resistance levels, it could be a powerful rally. Investors are eager to see whether the Bitcoin can replicate its past performance and reach new heights. Now, for you true Bitcoiners, we know that's not even a question. It's inevitable. Bitcoin has experienced a remarkable 25% price surge over the past 3 weeks. That's pretty lit. That means if you have your net worth in Bitcoin, your net worth is up 25% over the past 3 weeks. Not too shabby. And the bull hasn't even began. Let that sink in. Fueled by the Fed's recent interest rate cuts, this significant price movement has reignited optimism amongst analysts and traders, many of whom are predicting a new Bitcoin rally. The daily price action currently supports this outlook, confirming an uptrend as Bitcoin continues to climb all the way up. Prominent crypto analyst Axel recently shared on X alongside this chart, noting the average Bitcoin rally this year has lasted around 25 days compared to the average of 35 days over the past 15 years. Good insights here. According to Adler, this shorter duration is the minimum expectation for the current market cycle. However, with favorable macroeconomic conditions, he believes that a 100-day rally is entirely possible. I agree. He clarified that this forecast is based on his intuition rather than concrete data, highlighting the unpredictable nature of the market. And as Bitcoin's price approaches higher levels of supply around 70 Gs, investors are watching closely. This key resistance level hasn't been tested since late July. A successful push past 70,000 would not only validate the current rally, but also set the stage for a potential challenge to all-time highs. Price discovery sitting at 73.8. We're right around the corner. My prediction is October, we break right through to the other side. Let me know if you agree. The recent surge sparked excitement, but many are still cautious, waiting to see if Bitcoin can maintain its momentum and break through this crucial threshold. If Bitcoin can sustain its upward trend and break past these levels, it could signal the start of a powerful and extended rally, bringing renewed attention and capital into the crypto sphere. So there you go, yo. Let me know your thoughts. Can you see that happening? Holla. And I'm going to read your comments. Bitcoin inflows and incoming. I don't think Jen is here today, but I could be wrong. I haven't seen her yet either. So she must be occupied. May, sis, you made it. Chainsawing things out of the way. Got to do what you got to do, eh? Shout out Rob C, UK in the building. Shout out to the UK fam. Good to see you here, brother. Subscribe to Number One Daily Pod. Thank you. And don't forget, I have a secondary channel for clips and shorts, which can be found at clips.cryptonewsalerts.net. Those are the 2 official Crypto News Alerts channels on YouTube, just FYI. Plug into the Discord as well. It's free to do so. Discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. We appreciate that. And welcome everyone on the stream. 800 people here. We're about to dive into some bullishness, 2 bullish headlines, including a 400,000 target. It is a symbiotic relationship, JV, 100%. 100. What good coins to buy now? Let me break it down for you. I'm glad you asked, Mercy. All the coins that you want to buy right now, Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. Why? Bitcoin is hot fire. That's my impersonation of Chappelle from Dylon from Making the Band. Who are the top 5 MCs of all time? Dylon, 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 Dylon. Because I spit a hot fire. You guys know what I'm saying.
I feel my energy going up. I feel the Bitcoin slowing up. I want to fill my cup. I don't want to overflow.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, I don't recommend other coins. Sorry. There's only one king. One king where everyone wins if they're willing to hodl for the long term. I mean, it's a guarantee your purchasing power is going to increase when you save in Bitcoin for the long term. I can't say the same for any other coin, so I'm not going to. I heard that BlackRock was not happy with Coinbase. That's right. They did something we discussed the other day on the pod where they had to there was a lot of questions from people like, are they really holding the underlying asset, or are they writing Bitcoin IOUs to manipulate the market? And they did something within a week or 2. They had to do something. I don't remember the exact details, but we did cover that story. Please, can I buy Bitcoin with $10? Yes, that's the beauty. Some people are like, I don't have 65,000. That's like a pipe dream. So therefore I got to invest in Ishcoin, whatever, that has 10 trillion supply. No, you can invest $1 into Bitcoin. That's the beauty. 1 Bitcoin is divided by 100 million Satoshis. So whether it's $1, $10, $100, or $100,000, your investments are welcome. Not investment advice, but the dollar's doomed. So we already know those who save in USD. Bitcoin's going up forever in October, Laura. Salute. Cheers, brother. Tip Tyler in the building. Bitcoin likes to sell to big tops. Likely tomorrow is another bull trap Sunday. I guess we'll find out. If it is, count your blessings. Shout out Darth Melda. Bitty news time. I appreciate you, Darth Melda. Repping Canada as well. Shout out Steven. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's go, brother. Guido, the next 12 months are going to make some millionaires in all history. Amen. Just imagine how many millionaires Bitcoin has already created and how many more millionaires are going to be minted this cycle. I hope all of you guys, if you're not there already, will be there by this cycle. Yeah, I mean, Lou is buck up. IOU. I'm like, Lou? Who's Lou? Yo, king of the pod. Pump, baby, pump. Shout out Howard Joblo. Appreciate you, bro. And Doge did outperform Bitcoin this week. Who cares? For the week? Oh, my God. I guess if you're a short-term investor for the week, that's great. But if you've been in here for 15 years, you're like, nothing has ever outperformed Bitcoin and never will. You know what I mean? The problem I have now is I should take profits when my Bitcoin goes up or just hodl. Are we expecting Bitcoin to crash during the bear period? Bitcoin always crashes during the bear period. So absolutely it will. But it's a very risky game you're going to play because every other investor is going to try to do the same thing and time the market and ultimately screw up, and you're going to end up with less Bitcoin. Telling you from personal experience. October, November, something. I don't know this word. A Santa rally. You damn straight. Send the Santa rally like we had in 2017. Pump it up, Sid. Let's go. Pump the likes. We appreciate it, brother. Used to have a friend that made fruit cake edible, and I accidentally ate the whole one not knowing. I think I almost OD'd. Are you talking about a fruit cake with edibles in it? Like THC? I'm assuming. I remember fruit cakes as a kid. They were always disgusting. It seemed there was candy in it. So I'm like, oh, let me try it. There's some green and blue candy. It's freaking gross. I've never had a delicious fruit cake. And then I remember people call people fruit cakes. Anyways, November for sure. Bitcoin decides what we are in, a bull or a bear. Bitcoin makes the rules. That's right. Pump the likes for the Nippinator. Repost the stream for the Nippinator. You only get one Nippinator, and we may get a Nippinator indicator if you treat them right. That's just how it go. But anyways, Joe, let's continue with the news. We got two bullish stories. We're going to discuss this 120,000 target, and then we'll discuss the 400,000 prediction. I'll be breaking down the timeline for you, and then we'll do the live Q&A, and we'll have a lot of fun on the uncensored extended version of the pod. But let's break down this story. Bitcoin price forecast Q4, only a few days out, indicates a parabolic move towards 120, and I've been calling 125,000 for Q4 for quite some time. It's the target right now in the weekly chart, so let's see if it happens, and let's break down this prediction. Despite the short-term stagnation we have experienced for the past 6 months, it seems like stuck forever at 60,000. Several analysts maintain an optimistic outlook for the Bitty price as the market approaches Q4. Again, just like 3-4 days out. Market expert Lark Davis, for example, recently highlighted the historical trends that suggest the average return for Bitcoin during Q4 is a notable 88%. Can someone run the freaking math? What if Bitcoin surges from 66,000 where we're at now to 88%? I don't know that number in my head, but a double up, which is only 12% more, we're talking like 130 G's in that ballpark. Davis suggests that if the Bitcoin price were to replicate this performance, it could soar to nearly 120 G's. Baby. Even a more conservative estimate of a 55% gain, similar of last year's performance, would take us to the coveted 6-figure milestone so we can finally have our 6-figure fiesta for the Bitty here in Puerto Rico. Who's coming? In addition, the expert points out that this year offers unique catalysts that could drive significant price movement, including the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs, which took place officially January 11th, and the upcoming U.S. elections, which take place in roughly a month, November 5th, and the expected $16 billion in cash repayments from the collapsed FTX exchange, which also begin Q4. However, when analyzing the current state of the Bitcoin market, there are signs that the current price movements are being artificially constrained. Go figure. An analyst noted that the price action has been persisting, hovering around 63 Gs, with breakout attempts being blocked. Go figure. A significant institutional options trader has reportedly executed a block trade that appears designed to keep the Bitcoin price stable until October 4th. 1 week away, family. The analysts further explained that the spot cumulative volume data, the CVD, indicating a pattern of distribution even as the price rises, while the future CVD shows a divergence, suggesting the recent price increases have been primarily driven by the futures trading, known for manipulating the markets. The whales versus the retail ratio analysis from High Block supports this view, revealing that while the whales are accumulating the short positions, retail investors are predominantly betting on long positions. Smart money, whales, diamond hands, where you at? Creating a potentially unfavorable scenario for the latter group. Yet the analyst believes that the market will see the final dip before reaching a new all-time high of 80 Gs or even 85,000 for the Bitty, which would take us new all-time highs, even calculating the inflation from the 73.8 we achieved in mid-March. And adding to the technical analysis, another analyst, Ali Martinez, points out the Bitcoin is currently testing the 200-day simple moving average at the 64,000 mark, which we're pretty much above right now at 66, which is acting as a short-term resistance level, and a breakout above this key level could signal a significant bullish trend. Well, let's go. Hopefully we get a strong weekly close and monthly close above this level. And looking further ahead, we have another power law holding true, believing we can tap 400,000, which is going to lead into our next bullish price target on the stream. But before we dive into that, let me know if you agree or disagree with some of these analysts. Do you see 120 Gs, 125,000 being accomplished this year, Q4? Holla, and I'll read your comments out loud before we dive into our feature story of the day of 400 Gs. Burritos in Puerto Rico had a 6-figure move. Burritos on JV. Healthy dip has slowed already. Right on, Adam. Mom Spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface, Bitty looks calm and ready to drop bombs. You know what I mean? Mom's spaghetti never gets old. Precisely, Jetson, precisely.
I just want security, you know. And my house in London, a wolf for peace.
120 G's December Santa rally. Send it, Surge. Shout out Diana Jones. Again, anyone who reposts or comment the stream over on X is getting reposted. Shout it out and follow back because I appreciate the support. Let's check out the statistics. We currently got 30 reposts. I'm sorry. We got 30 hearts and 19 reposts. You're going to find the stream pinned at the very top of the profile. You'll notice about 800 people live on X. We got a couple hundred people on the Tube, and we also got people on the Rumble. As you know, it's a tri-stream. We're streaming on all 3 platforms, and these live shows get syndicated everywhere podcasts are played, including iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, all the fun stuff. We appreciate you. We do get hundreds of thousands of downloads per month, FYI, on the podcast side. Hence, #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. Sister from another Mr. 100,000 party will be the night to remember. Or you will not remember. I may wave one of those Men in Black wands, you know what I mean, that MJ12 has, so you forget everything. Because what happens in Puerto Rico at the 100K fiesta stays in Puerto Rico. Whoosh. Look at the flash. Ha ha. How do you like me now?
Bitcoin, 60G, 60G.
Buying opportunity for 5th level sexy G's. What do you think, JV? Oh, by the biddy. Who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty, not me. I'm for the bitty. I'm for the nippinator. I'm for Nipsey, not for the weirdo Kit Kat kitty cat. The kitty cat. I'm for stacking the sats. Stack the sats. Ain't no.
It's ironic because the kitty cat in the song, he was chasing a kitty earlier under a car. He always spots them. They're always hiding under the cars here in the neighborhood. So, yeah, pump the likes for the Nippinator indicator. We may get one. Show Nippinator some love. So you got to keep them nippinating, yo. You got to keep them nippinating. JV, get some Max Salsa, eh? What do you mean by that? I need some Max Salsa. Is that a good salsa? Highly recommended. Tip Tyler, appreciate the repost, broski. He wrote, my favorite, hands down lit. Greatly appreciate your support, broski. Respect. And let's freaking go. But anyways, welcome again, anyone just joining the stream. Nipinator is so cute. Nip appreciates all the love. But now let's dive into our feature story of the day, eh? Historical trends are putting Bitcoin at $400,000 within this shocking timeline I'm about to break down for you guys, the broskies, the ladies, and the entire fam. Here we go. Can you smell it? Can you feel it? Can you taste it? Can you see? Can you envision 400 G's for this cycle? Let me know. And would that change your life? Let me know. That would ultimately mean if you're a holder of 2.5 Bitcoin, you're a freaking Bitcoin millionaire. So yeah, based on historical trend patterns, an analyst has forecasted that Bitcoin could hit the staggering peak of 400 G's. This ambitious price target would require Bitcoin to jump over 6x of its current price, which is 600%, marking a historical milestone as the crypto market cap would surpass 7 trillion. Today, we're just shy of 1.3 trillion. So you already know. We're discussing the Bitcoin power law pointing to 400,000. Bitcoin price dynamics have been hinting at a potential bullish surge as Bitcoin has steadily maintained a price above crucial resistance levels around 60 G's. And according to the analyst, Ali Martinez, the broader crypto market sentiment shifted to greed again following Bitcoin's recent price surge to just shy of 65,000. So given Bitcoin's market movements, Martinez has maintained an optimistic outlook for Bitcoin. He disclosed on a recent X post that Bitcoin could see the price potentially skyrocketing to $400,000 per coin if the power law holds true for the biddy. The Bitcoin power law, if you're not familiar with it, is a mathematical relationship between the Bitcoin price and time. This law, predicts the price of Bitcoin will rise to $100,000 between 2021 and 2028, with a firm assurance that in 2028, Bitcoin's value will never drop below 100,000 ever again. Let's go. Additionally, the law forecasts that the Bitcoin price will hit 1 million per coin sometime between 2018 and 2036. 2037, establishing that after 2037, the price will never fall below the $1 million mark ever again. So get your hands on a whole Bitcoin family, and guess what? You'll probably more than likely become a millionaire by the time 2037, and in my opinion, as soon as 2029. Now, in his post, Martinez revealed that this projected 400,000 price leap would mark the crypto's next market top, surpassing its current March all-time high of 783.8 by approximately 440%. He also based his ambitious price projection not just on the long-term Bitcoin power law, but also on historical market trends, as he outlines here in the chart. Martinez presented a historical price chart, which you can see here, dating back to 2011, forecasting that the timeline for the projected 400,000 price surge could occur in 2025. Hell of a target, right in alignment with JV's personal range. My bear scenario for 2025, where I believe we hit the cycle peak, is a low of 222,000, as high as 750,000, 400,000 right on the money. Let me know if you agree. The analysts also identified 3 crucial price levels for the Biddy: 392.5, which is a mark as a resistance level, with support identified of 37,000 and a linear regression fit of 105,000 roughly. And while a few crypto members see Martinez's 400,000 Bitcoin projection in a positive light, others remain skeptical, either doubting the possibility of such a dramatic surge or suggesting that a price increase between 160 and 200,000 was a more realistic target. But with Bitcoin in previous cycles, do we necessarily see realistic gains or super godly gains? Typically, they're omnipotent, just like God. I just got to point that out. What is Bitcoin up? How many millions of percent since the inception? Just saying. Just point out the obvious. But yeah, conservatively, we may only see 200,000. But bullishly, what if we hit 1 million? You got to consider that as well. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this target. Can you see us hitting? Yeah, I mean, even Kathy Wood's targets here as well. We covered earlier, just to reiterate them. Kathy Wood says our base case for Bitcoin is the 600,000 range. That's her base case, and her bull case 1.5 million by 2030. So holler and let me know where you feel the Biddy is likely to go next. I also want to point out another statistic I referenced earlier. I looked up earlier, how many whole coiners are there? Like, how many addresses in the Bitcoin network even hold one whole coin? Only what I get? I think it was, what's the number I shared earlier? I don't want to misquote. I think it was 100,000. So there's only 100,000 Bitcoin addresses in the entire world that own one whole Bitcoin. That's crazy. In the grand scheme of things, how much wealth is truly in our world? They say total addressable market could be $900 trillion. Bitcoin entire market cap right now is less than 1.3 trillion. So let that sink in, family. And hopefully you guys become whole coiners if you're not already, because that's the future. And also got to consider, some people who have one whole Bitcoin have multiple wallets. Some people have thousands of Bitcoin. So it's safe to say there's less than 100,000 whole coiners out there. You know what I mean? And correct me if I'm wrong. Those are some of the numbers I'm trying to remember. I could be off. If I'm off, correct me. But I'm trying to say there's never probably, if there's only 21 million Bitcoin in the world, it's mathematically impossible for there to ever even be 21 million whole coiners. Why is that? Because 5 million coins considered lost and gone forever. There's 1 million coins belonging to Satoshi. You know what I mean? Then you got to consider some, again, big wigs like the Kathy Woods or the Michael Saylors. They have hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin. So there's very few Bitcoin to go around in the grand scheme of things. And it's only going to become more scarce. So let that sink in. And I'm going to read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. Wallets usually have a bunch of addresses. Exactly. That exactly as well. In fact, every time you receive Bitcoin through, for example, a Trezor wallet, by default, it gives you a new address. So keep that in mind as well. So, for example, if there's only 100,000 whole coiners, there may only be 10 or 20,000 whole coiners. Because, again, we're referring to addresses when I say 100,000. So, kind of crazy to think about that way. I was a whole coiner, but I made a terrible boating accident. Oh, shucks. Dan, well, I guess you're added to the 5 million lost Bitcoin. Maybe lots of people have their whole Bitcoin split amongst wallets. I think a lot of people do. Yeah, I mean, I know people who have hundreds or thousands of Bitcoin and they have hundreds of wallets. So it would only make sense, right? But not everyone. Some people, one wallet, just like they have one bank account, everything is 111. But I think a lot of the smarter people probably have multiple addresses, multiple wallets, etc. Just speculating, but that's just my 2 Satoshis. I hate boats. You're not alone, Dan. You're not alone. You're very welcome, Dan. Appreciate you being here. October 2025, 225,000 to 750. Thank you, because that's exactly what the Oracle would have shared with us, and she's not here. And once I read that comment, I thought she was here, and I saw it was Serge. So we're holding it down for JC today. And I agree with that target. I've been calling 222,000 as a low for this cycle and 750 as a high as well, right in alignment with our one and only Oracle. It was an awful accident, wasn't it, Dan? Bitcoin hitting 70,000 this week, possibly a new all-time high. Send it, Ariel. JV, that is right. Bitcoin is getting so scarce. 100%. And I see we got 1,200 people on the stream. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to end the YouTube stream, but we're going to continue on X and Rumble with the uncensored version of the podcast. So if you're on YouTube, you ain't got to go home, but you had to head on over to the Rumble. Again, rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net, and let's continue with the uncensored extended version of the pod. Assalamu alaikum, broskies.